All right.
How's the market? It's been weeks.
It's been weeks. And, you know, Krebs put out their report as well.
Yes.
Anne-Marie Lurie talking about what's happening. I hope all of you read that. It gave a really great summary as to what happened even in 2017. And we're going to be attending the Krebs forecast at the end of January here. So if you don't have your tickets yet, make sure you buy them. I think we still have a couple left on our virtual office, but that's not intended to be a plug for that. It's just to show you guys that we need to get really educated and really up to date because there's a lot of things that are happening this year.
Yes.
It's a lot of everything. Right now, we're looking at the new mortgage rules have come into effect. There's talk of doing an interest rate bump right now. Oil is rallying a little bit, which is great to see. But there's a lot of things that'll be affecting the market, and your clients are going to be wondering what's happening. What should I do? We saw very seasonal normal trends of a bunch of listings come off the market. We saw big slowdowns coming into December. They were up from last year in December, but still we saw the normal seasonal slowdowns come in. So all these factors sort of paint a picture for your clients, and your clients are going to be wondering, so make sure you guys take this information back and share it with them. Let's get into the actual numbers and talk on our way through this. So the price of oil right now is up. We're sitting over $60 a barrel. It's been a long time since we've been there. That's outstanding to see. And you'll also notice that the Canadian dollar is up to 79.75 cents US. If you're going to buy some Canadian currency or US currency, now is probably the time to do it. What's nice about that number, or what not nice, but what's happening is that is based off of a speculative interest rate hike that might be coming in January here. So that will probably affect mortgage rates as well, which could be a 1-2 punch with the mortgage changes. But I think we're expecting a big economic uptick this year as well. So hope that offsets everything.
Number of listings, two different numbers here. So right now in Metro Calgary, we're at 4,429. That is down 514 from last week, but down 1,100 from 30 days ago. So that does make a little bit of sense. We should be seeing, of course, a ton of listings coming on in February. That's kind of CIR sweet spot. We get crazy at the beginning of February, so that should change. Red Deer, similar story, down 43, but from 30 days ago, which is a better reference point, we're down 100 there.
Yeah, being on 1,100 listings, that's pretty normal. We're always watching December 15th, December 31st as key expiry dates, which brings us into the months of inventory, because if all of a sudden the supply that goes down, the number of listings in the market goes down, you need the sales to follow that. So looking at the Calgary months of inventory, we're sitting at 4.88. That is up slightly, sitting in a bit of a buyer's market. Single-family homes sitting in a balanced market, but up a little bit. So obviously the sales are not following quite as quickly as the listings are, or the amount of listings that came off. So that's sitting at 3.8 months. And then the condos, we're battling with them still. Too much supply on the marketplace, sitting in a buyer's market, 6.71. So we're going to need to see a few of those condos being eaten up coming in the new year. But I'm going to tell you guys, for buyers, there might not be a better time to buy into the condominium market right now than it is. We had a person I knew looking for an investment property, and they were asking me about condos. And I'll tell you, you can make a lot of money on the purchase right now by being in a strong negotiation position.
Well, and I was reading about the forecast for downtown vacancy rates over next year, and obviously last year they weren't good, and that is supposed to really change by summer of this year.
Yep.
So as soon as more companies start filling up some of those empty spaces in downtown Calgary, you're going to have more people who don't like the idea of commuting from suburbs, and those downtown condominiums are going to start filling up a little bit faster as well. So
yep.
That could be a big 6-month swing. Hopefully, that's the optimistic outlook for it. But
totally.
So surrounding areas, months of inventory, Okotoks, we are at 4.28, Airdrie 4.54, Cochrane 10.16, Strathmore 11.6, Sundre 74 versus 15.6. That number is indicative of there was only one sale in the last 30 days in a smaller market. That will make those numbers fluctuate that high. Chestermere 9.29, Red Deer 7.36, and our benchmark price right now is $433,200. That's down 0.8% month over month and down 0.2% year to date. And in the real estate review that you all would have received last week, so the Reggie Real Estate Review or the Calgary Real Estate Review, a lot of these numbers are in there. So it's an easy spot for you guys to reference some of this to be able to speak with your clients about.
Yeah, I got to tell you right now, get out, contact your clients. Two things to be saying, hey, you know, how was your holidays? Everything else. And we've been a lot of people have had questions about the marketplace. Do you want me to fire you off the last 6 months of what's sold in your community? Or alternatively, book your real estate reviews. Such a good opportunity to do that. The other thing I just want to say is that the prices, and this is interesting because it's going to be the conversation you have with your clients again. Prices did go down by 0.2%, which means they're basically flat year to date. So if someone were to say, you'll have clients that said, well, I'm going to hold off on buying this year. I see prices went down. But mortgage rates went up,
right? Which
means that over the course of your 5-year mortgage, you would be paying way more today than if you were if you had bought at the start of 2017. You're not getting the same equity pay down, and you've put your goals off for a year. So congratulations, you lost money if you waited. Is the story of the end of 2017 here. So don't say it that way. That's a bit.
Don't put that on an Instagram.
Yeah. Congratulations, you lost money if you waited. All right. That's what's happening in the marketplace. Let's talk a little about what's going on in CIR at the start of the year here.